A boy sitting at a dinner table with who I assumed were his parents. I was doing the same about 10 minutes earlier in my own home. Only the furniture was different. Everything was varying shades of glaring white. The walls and cabinets bent and swayed at odd angles. Trinkets and appliances littered the scene. I couldn't make out the function of any of it. At a glance, everything looked normal, familiar. But the closer you looked, the more alien everything became. Comforts of home stretched and bent with odd intentions. The parents looked like normal people for the most part. The only jarring detail was their clothing. I couldn't make out the style or garment. The man wore something akin to a suit while the woman wore a loose imitation of a dress. The colors were summery and bright, contrasting harshly against the stark white backdrop. The seams were scattered and non-uniform. Buckles and zipper-like decals adorned both outfits. The man lowered his utensils and uttered something with a raised eyebrow. It wasn't a warm or concerned remark like his counterpart had shot me a moment ago. It was cold, inquisitive. Only a few moments passed, but the tense presence of the strangers made it feel like eternity. I had to say something. All I could muster was a faint, sorry, where? Before I could get the words out, I froze. That wasn't my voice. I was speaking through someone else's mouth, in someone else's home, to someone else's family. This was obviously a dream. It couldn't be real. Tears started to well up in my surrogate eyes. I felt panic coming on, a faint buzzing sensation, a flicker of light. I was back in my room. The moment left as quickly as it came. The final image of my unwelcome stay in that stark white dining room burned into my mind. Mid-panic, I caught a glimpse of the parents' expressions. It wasn't confusion or concern. Any hint of that was gone. They were smiling, smiling at each other. It wasn't a joyful smile. Their lips curled, stretching too wide. A hunger glimmered in their eyes, an anticipation of something. Something I fear would have been very apparent had I stayed a moment longer. I took a shaky sigh of relief. I felt thankful to be back in my room, in my own body. For a moment, I hoped to forget all about it, bury it deep behind a wall of virtual comfort. After all, it couldn't happen. Before I could finish the thought, I noticed something. Something was off. Yes, I was back in my room, but I wasn't in the same position as when I left. And my room was different too. Someone did this. I did this. The white room. The parents. It wasn't just a dream. It happened. I was in some kid's home, sharing dinner with his creepy parents. And worse, the other kid was here, in my room, in my body.